Sometimes you gotta let it be me. You gotta let your freak fly true. You gotta let it fly so free. Baby girl, don't you worry about me. The serpent's bite lets me feel it at night. The serpent's bite doesn't give me no fright. I make songs up as I go. Oh, goal for Spain. Alvaro Morata. Not the best defending from Japan. Kind of just bundles at home. But Lord knows, it doesn't matter how it gets in. Lukaku would, and I feel for him, would be the first to say that. He probably would have sacrificed a testicle like Christian Pulisic had to do in order to score. Like tongue-tied in. Cesar Azpilicueta with a Trent-esque ball. What a perfect cross right onto Morata's head. Right onto his noggin. That was Trent-esque. Cesar Azpilicueta. Cesar Azpilicueta. Oh, that's so loud. What's going on in this other game? Germany's already up? Is that what it looks like? Oh, it's just popping off. Okay, we got pop out chat. Pop out chat. Make your. Okay. Desktop audio. Oh, whoa, shit, I gotta mute that. Sorry. Oops. That's not good. I definitely didn't mean to have their commentary on. That is not good. Okay, I only want one game's audio. I can't deal with both. I'm gonna do the Spain's audio. I got both up on my two different screens. Here we go. As it stands, both teams are Germany and Spain should go through, I believe. Oh, I forgot you can watch the world. Okay, even though Fox has broadcasting rights here in America for the World Cup, I forget you can technically also watch the games on Peacock because NBC, Universal, etc. own Univision, Univision, and they get the they have the Spanish language broadcasting rights here. Oh, what a turn. Oh, that was classy. Dude, that was classy. Who was that? I couldn't tell for Spain. He Xavi turns with the ball at his feet right outside his own area, which is so classy. But then he plays a gorgeous left-footed ball into feet. When did Disney buy ESPN? Spain's dominating possession right now. They're taking it to the end line. They play it back up top. They're going to recycle. Oh, Pedri with the cheeky ball. He attempts in the feet. Doesn't come off. And he gets his ankles absolutely scissor banged. Oh, shit. Hell, I'll just keep this. This is better than the other one I have. Hold on. Wait a minute. I'm genuinely juggling 4 devices at once right now on 3 screens across multiple programs. That's definitely something I would put in any future freaking resume or job. Yeah, CV. I need to my ability to multitask. Dude, this is hard. There's so many moving pieces to this. I can't fucking seem to get the damn Spain one as cleanly as I got the Germany one. Dude, I need help. God, dude, I'm almost at the point where I need to pay someone to just be a viewer. So I don't spend 30 minutes playing God of War and not realize that my Elgato wasn't actually showing video. For moments like this, so I don't have to be juggling 4 devices just to see if what I'm doing is actually helping on stream. And the saddest part is I have a 14, 13, 14-year-old nephew, and you would think, damn, he's tailor-made. He probably is on Twitch all the time. I can't beg the kid to watch my stream. I have tried so many times, like, yo, I'm streaming if you want to come kick it for a little bit. And like maybe once a month he'll stop in for 30 seconds. I'm genuinely getting demoralized here. I'm super sad. Oh, it has to do with. Oh, that's what that setting means. Oh, client area. Maybe if I uncheck it, I just now realizing when you're doing like a window capture. Oh no, that didn't do it, but that's okay. Um, the size of your window is directly related to how it's then shown in this like capture. That makes sense. Oh, Murata almost with another. I don't understand why my Spain one is showing my bars, but the Germany one isn't. Man, imagine just being able to like fucking boot up a stream and then just shit work. That's what I don't think a lot of people realize with like big streamers, especially that when they would have had the periods of like growing pains and learning how tech works and like figuring out all this stuff, it was a lot less convoluted then. Like for example, if a person would have started to Spain, oh, Danny Almo just couldn't get it under control, and then a great block from the Japanese defender. Um, like let's say you would have started to like religiously stream back in I don't know 2014. Like you didn't have to, earlier I had the whole dynamic, we were talking about it, of on God of War Ragnarok. I had the whole dynamic of that for some reason my Elgato isn't streaming. If I have a game set to 120 FPS, it won't stream it. It just won't show video. Even though it's supposed to, even though I have one of the most expensive ones, it just won't. But if I'm at 4K, anyways, that whole dynamic wouldn't be a factor in 2014 to a streamer. Like, because either A, the audience wouldn't know about the differences or care, or Twitch wouldn't have even allowed 4K streaming or 100. You know what I mean? And then by the time all of that stuff grows to matter, a lot of streaming, like I think of like Nick Merckx, right? I love Nick Merckx. I watch him all the time. Dude, he's one of the big streamers that I would love to be like, especially given how like he is with sports with his community and gaming. Um, but for years, ever since Fortnite blew up, he had already gotten to a point where he could hire someone to like edit his videos. So like for example, last night I didn't stream at all because I spent all night going through my VODs, uh, making highlights, making clips, editing them, saving them down, getting them on my computer, then making an edited video there. And like if you could just pay for an editor, you can spend more time gaming because you're not having to spend as much time off stream doing the like production value of shit. Likewise, he's had a guy named Ulit, and then like Tim the Tatman has whips who are like experts. So one stream, me and two of my mods who I fucking appreciate dearly, we collectively probably spent 10-15 minutes trying to get those commands set up where I could just like do exclamation point death and it would show how many deaths I had on like Ragnarok or deaths. Probably spent 10-15 minutes. Here's the thing. If you could like have a whips, they already know how to do that. They do that without even you asking. You just game. You can just switch off and game and be funny and like try to be charismatic and you don't have to worry about the tech and and then if something goes wrong, boom. It's just a whole different ball game. Okay, for some reason my Germany stream keeps crashing. I give up, man. Granted, in fairness, I never really advertise. Like I imagine, and I've been wanting to do this for fucking 2 years now, but I want to just do the thing where when I stream, I post it to my Instagram story. I post it to a Facebook story. I tweet it maybe. And that could help a lot of my problems because even if I just have one extra person per stream in it because they reacted to my me actually advertising my stream, that would have solved so many headaches. Again, oh, that was dangerous from Busquets. Again, like streaming Ragnarok for 30 minutes and not having my video shown. Oh, play Morata, play Morata. Oh my gosh, Danny Elmo. How long do you need to get the ball settled and to pick out a. Oh my God. What a woeful sequence from Danny Elmo there around the 28th minute against Japan. Oh my God. Murata has bent his, shaped his run to stay on side, and then has made the run, even pointed for it. You can play him through. Daniel first takes forever to get the ball under control. Takes long to get his head up. Then by that time the chance is gone. So he does do the right thing of carrying the ball forward. He drives through midfield. And then but then he tries to slot Murata through, and it's just shit. Actual shit. Coming leaking from his foot. Now that I think about it, that person who I was waxing lyrical about might have been Rodri. That's why I didn't recognize him because he was playing center half. But I forgot he's been playing center half for Spain. Okay, the Germany stream's back up for now. Okay, we got 1-0 in both games. As it currently stands, here we go, stream. Here we go. Oh, that's cool. They're talking about one of the Spanish players streaming all the time. This Christmas. Out of everything. This is delicately poised though, because as we stand, Germany and Spain are through. Spain is likely. Excuse me. But Costa Rica and Japan are both on 3 points. So things can change quickly. Costa Rica equalizes against Germany and they'd they'd be through. Pretty sure, right? No, 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 no. They have a worse goal differential. All sorts of permutations can happen though. Spain, one thing I know is Spain just needs a draw. All right, we're in the 33rd minute. Spain has the ball. Yo, why um is my that does say 34th minute, right? For some reason, my Spain one says the 24th minute. You bugging, bro? Okay, there we go. You good, dog? Oh, good dangerous cross by Germany. Costa Rica's looking to counter, although they do not have many willing runners. Costa Rica, what's good, guys? You guys need a result. They just win the ball back off of Germany, and only one player runs forward. They had three potential players who could have fucking bursted a long. Ooh, that's a good shot, and it's claimed by the Costa Rican keeper, Caleb Navas. Um, Two or three players I could have went long bursting to try to give them a switch and open up play. Ooh, Unai. As I look left, Unai Simone for Spain over here playing hot potato with the ball. Almost gifted an opportunity to Japan. But yeah, that was if I'm a Costa Rican fan, I'd be upset about the lack of, and maybe it's a tactical thing. Maybe the Costa Rican coach doesn't want them to expose themselves too much, especially in the first half, try to keep it close and then maybe strike. But it's a lot harder to justify that when you've already conceded. If it's still 0-0, that's one thing. Ooh, that could have been a filthy buildup from Spain, Germany. Love the layoff there from I can't tell. Um the problem with how my setup is, and like I have Streamlabs up and my Twitch chat, and then I have a game up on one monitor and then a game up on another monitor. It's kind of hard to see players' names and stuff. Or like I don't really need their names, but their characteristics. Like is Serge Gnabry? Yeah, okay, never mind. So that was who I thought it was. Serge Gnabry and Leroy Sané are both starting for Germany right now. But they interchanged so much. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Ooh, good opportunity. I feel like was that Musiala? Yeah, Musiala's got the world at his feet. He is an unbelievably talented, but I feel like he should have tried to find what's his name to his left there. This great play from Serge Gnabry to get turned and to play him, and then Serge immediately ran into the box wanting the return ball, and I feel like Musiala should have shaped on his right and then tried to disguise slip him through. Are we still Mike's okay? Okay. I think. Suck my ass. Dude, this Germany, the window that my Germany game is on is fucking pissing me off. Okay, right now both of the European giants are just passing, probing. Danny Olmo plays it. Pedri's such a fucking baller. Head on a swivel. Good turn from Morata. He probably should have played that out wide right earlier, not needed Espilicueta. You allowed Japan to slide over by doing that play. It is the safer, but it's honestly crazy how many players aren't either don't have it or aren't confident in their pinged switch in moments like that. Like Morata gets turned, ball on his right foot, acres of space. There's no one pressing him to rush his technique, and he just. I mean, I know he sees him because I almost feel like he plays Aspilicueta with the idea that Cesar will then get the ball to who he wants to play it to, but Williams, but yeah, it's just like you see it all the time, dude. The Spanish center halves, as is tradition, and especially when one of them is essentially a defensive midfielder playing center half, but they're so good at picking incisive passes into feet. Spain still on the ball. And see, this is exactly the kind of game Spain would like to play. We all know that. Oh, great, great, great dummy by Pedri. He took it on the fucking calf for that, but great dummy. Ball's played into him in his own half. His back is towards the field of play. Knows the tackle's coming in from the Japanese player, and he feigns that he's going to try to control it there to truly bait in the tackle, and then he lets it run and he spins them and boop. Pedri's so fucking good. It's nuts that he's still only 19, Uh-oh. Nabry! Ooh, that's a good play from Serge Nabry. A, welcome to the channel. B, I'm no thanks. I'm not gonna delete it. Hell, someone else might be interested in falling for that, but I'm not letting you hack my $25 of my Publix gift card. Possession, 77% to Spain. You know, something that the broadcasts are doing in this World Cup that you don't see really ever. I can't remember ever seeing the, except in my work, but the in contest stat. Normally, you just see possession is just boom, boom, the two teams' possession stats. And a lot of people don't know this, but possession isn't like a time thing. It's not like someone sitting there with like a chess timer and then like Spain has it, you push it, it runs up, boom, and then you divide it or whatever. It's simply passes completed um of the total passes. So if like 1,000 passes are made between two teams and Spain makes 700 of them, then they have 70% possession. But this has been showing an in contest metric, which it is. I don't. I'm never gonna like. Oh, great win from Morata there. Not only under pressure, but the cushioned header to retain possession. Dude, Danny almost frustrating my tits. You know what's funny is I wanted to make a TikTok about this, so I was watching before the World. Oh my God, Pedri is so classy. See, he has that switch, dude. He is so classy, man. I would suck off a leprechaun for Liverpool to have Pedri. And honestly, he's not even like as brilliant as he is, and we could use him. He's not entirely the mold of a midfielder we're desperately in need of. Hell, as classy as he is, we more need like a Genie Wijnaldum type, someone who's unbelievable. How do I put this? They're both really good at ball retention, but we still haven't replaced. They often say in sports, the greatest ability is your availability. And that is especially true with, say, Genie Wijnaldum because he was just ever present. You knew he was going to be there for 40 something games, featured in at least, well, featured in at least 40, starting in at least like 25. Dude, Spain's just going to bore them to death, especially up a goal. Look at the triangles, man. And a lot of Spanish fans aren't huge fans of Luis Enrique. Oh, okay. Before I went on that Pedri rant, what I was gonna good tracking back there. Um, what I was gonna say was so before the World Cup started, I was watching like they did like a presentation, and it was like a almost like a classics, a World Cup classics, and it was showing just a great documentary on the 2002 World Cup, which was co-hosted by South Korea and Japan, the one that Brazil beat Germany in the final. And anyways, I was watching. That actually might have fucking hurt. They're gonna say people are gonna be like, "Oh, fucking that looked bad." Is that Gavi? He got stuck in, and it looked like his leg bent. Um. Oh, he should be okay, but that definitely his ankle planted weird. Um. Okay, sorry. Let me wrap up that thought. 2002 World Cup documentary. It shows every team. It's all about them all. But at this period of it, they're showing the Brazil national team from 2002, and they show a player who looks how to like he looks. I don't know how to word this. Um, Okay, oh, that was a fucking rip from Sane. Trying to look like Virgil van Dijk over there. Okay, how do I put this? There are some Karens in America who might be quick to claim like this is a touchy subject. I don't that basically like white people can be you can be racist to white people, okay? And I don't want to get into whether you can or cannot or whatever. But every time in the history of my life that I've ever heard of that concept, I've scoffed at it and thought it was an actual joke because they couldn't, right? Um like not like they had no merit, but just that like it's not the same. Like making fun of white people for putting raisins in their potato salad isn't the same. That's not like, you know what I mean? That's not, or saying they don't have culture because they don't have dance moves. Like that's not that's not comparable to the type of racism that other races experience and have historically. And I know people are like, well, the Irish, the Jews were enslaved both during Egyptian times and obviously during World War II. But anyways, let me wrap. I don't mean to get into that. But what my point was, I never thought it could be possible that a white, a Caucasian human being could. But then I saw this one dude for the Brazilian national team, and in a team that's loaded with fucking ballers. You know, Ronaldo, Ronaldinho, Roberto Carlos, Dida, Cafu, I believe, still playing. Then, yeah, definitely Cafu. Um, Maybe even a young Kaká. I mean, a just star-studded team. Adriano, right? Uh, there's this like atypical Caucasian dude on in their team. And I just thought like in my head, I just thought like if ever in a time in human history there might be a white dude who truly gets like fucking ostracized, it's that dude if that Brazilian team wasn't good. Like I can imagine the rest of the Brazilian nation scapegoating him, right? Um and I bring all of that up because Danny Olmo kind of feels like that too. Not that I don't know how even good that dude for Brazil was, but it's just they you know what I mean? They stand out because I don't know. That was a long-winded rant, but and it's all meant in like good fun. Uh because that dude just didn't look like a baller. He did not look like he fit in a team, regardless of how he looked or what ethnicity or nationality or religion. He just didn't look like he fit with the fucking Ronaldo, Ronaldinho, Adriano, Roberto Carlos, Cafu, Dida, um, I think Romario is still playing for them, but that just stud fucking Brazilian team in 2002. All right, we're at halftime of both games. I'm gonna go refill my water. Holy shit. I feel like I'm getting flashbanged by my monitor right now. Man, as an American, I cannot stand John Strong as a play-by-play commentator. Oh my god, I hate using the word cringe. I hate it. But man, is there ever a time where somebody is fitting for that descriptor? Bro, like if you ask people from around the world how what their like worst preconceived notions of an American football fan, footy fan would be and some of the things they would say and how they act and stuff, he ticks all of the boxes. It's infuriating. And then to slightly lesser degree but still infuriating is freaking JP Della Cameron. De La Camera, whatever his name is. Alexi Lawless is obviously I hate him too, but he's not a play-by-play, so you don't have to hear him throughout a fucking match like you do John Strong and JP. I mean, and I can give you more. Like this is not me just being hyperbolic or whatever. It's they say things. Even Stu Holden. I'm pretty sure Stu Holden was born in England. I know he spent a lot of his playing career in England. Um, he says things like, and these are any one of these things isn't that bad. It's all of them combined at any given time. But they'll say out of bounds instead of out of touch. They'll say the sideline instead of the byline or the in line or the touch line. They'll say nil. They won't. They'll say 0-0. Now, if like Spain, I will say they're up 1-0. Usually, sometimes I'll say 1-0. But typically, if a team has scored, I look at it like tennis. Tennis, you could say they're 0-0, but it's love, right? If they're both scoreless, it's love. And you sure don't have to say that, but is it not paying respect to the sport to like do it right? Okay. Um, you say love. I look at it as, in football the same way. If the score is if neither team has scored, it's 0-0. It's not 0-0. If a team has scored, sure, call them 2-2-0, whatever. But anyways, it's out. They'll say out of bounds, and then they'll say 0-0. JP Della Camera, who's been doing this for like 30 years, he'll call any switch of play across. Like a left back could just play it across the field to his right back in his own half, from one half to the next half, or they're both in their own half, and he'll call that a cross. It's like that is a switch of play. That's a switch. You can even erroneously, depending on the type, how the flight of the ball, you could erroneously call it a diagonal. But it's a switch. It's not a cross. A cross is a ball that its intended destination is the opposing team's area. It just it does my head in. You say you love me, but you've never loved me so. Wicked smart. Oh, he's wicked smart. What the hell is multi-window compatibility? Multi-adapter compatibility. And why is it showing that for this, but not? This is really weird. I'm about to do another thing like I have with these two, but for a live group standing, and it's giving me an option that the other two didn't. Very weird. Super very weird. It's not unusual to be loved by anyone. Loud noises are set to ensue. Loud noises for my girl named Sue. Wait, why is the name not lined up? Oh my god, another technical issue. Streaming is hard, man. Especially without a fucking a Whips or a Ulit or a Gary. What on God's green earth could have possibly like unaligned my alert box to where it doesn't show the name inside of the box? You see that? Dude, I just want things to work, man. Oh man, I'm broken. And the saddest part is like I started streaming for a big reason because one of my homies hit me up and asked me to do it again like I did for the America game. And then he is no, I mean it's not any fault of his or anything. But then he couldn't even come because he had to Oh, he had a job at work. Go to a, he's working obviously, and he had to go to a job site. Bro, I don't understand it. Why is the name not in the box? Care, whatever. Whatever. It's not like I'm gonna fucking get any alerts anyways in the meantime. Like, but my thing is, I don't even understand how like technically that could happen, because when you put an alert box in, you're essentially just using an image file, if I'm not mistaken. I'm fucking super pissed. It's just been a scuffed day of streaming. I tried to stream Ragnarok, and for some reason my Elgato just didn't show video for the whole sequence, all because I'm at 120 frames. It's demoralizing, man. And of course, that wears on me. So then I get like frustrated and like I am now, and then any new person coming in wouldn't want to stay in this stream when I'm upset, or even not even a new, even my friends. They're like, "Why I don't want to do this?" And it's just like, well, it all starts. Like it's just one of those things. It's like a vicious cycle, right? It's a like a catch 22 almost, where if I had viewers from the jump, those technical things would have never been allowed to manifest like they did, because they would have been caught by chat almost instantly, right? And then therefore I would have never gotten frustrated to drive away viewers, and then therefore I would have had more viewers who would have been able to tell me that that was happening. You see, like, anyways, no one cares. Hey, we fixed it. Look at us go. Look at us go. Look at us go. We are technological wizards. Just kidding, just kidding. Look at us go. Look at us go. Oh, nice. It's fixed it for all of them. All right, we're keeping that, baby. We're keeping that, baby. Yo, oh my God. Doll Winder, dude, thank you so much. I'm sorry I missed your things. I had my chat. I don't even know if you're still there. You're amazing. I needed that. You're a fucking, that was huge. You don't understand. I don't know. I really hope you're still there. That means a lot. Because I was earlier today, I was talking about my nephew, and it's like, um, he's of the age where he's on Twitch all the time, or could be on Twitch all the time, and yeah. Anyways, gifting you a sub, homie. Slash gift. All right, back to the action though. Technical issues over with. Germany's up on Costa Rica. Spain's still up on Japan. As we currently stand, both nations are set to go through with the group stage, which, if we're being honest, is what you would have predicted going into this World Cup. Two European giants. Winners of what? Two of the last three World Cups. Oh, dude, appreciate it. Again, I'm sorry I missed your comments. Are you a Ronaldo fan slash man? Oh my God, what a shot! No, fuck. Japan equalized from the rip. Huge fucking rocket. Thank you, bro. That means a lot. I saw you do the Sue. Are you a Ronaldo fan? Dude, what a fucking rocket from Japan there. Unai Simon, the goalkeeper for Spain, would absolutely have wanted to save that. I know, right? I'm over here talking about like, oh, it looks like, Spain, Germany doing what we expected. Dude, Japan's got some ballers. Dude, that is a rocket. I have to see the replay. I think the goalkeeper for Spain, Unai Simon, probably should have saved it. How it's a poor giveaway from Spain in the first place to even give the opportunity to Japan. Yeah, he absolutely should have saved that. It's a great fucking hit. Ooh. So I'm a Pittsburgh Steelers fan. In the NFL. Oh, I'm a Liverpool fan too. But the one of the players for the Steelers when he scored the other day, he did the Ronaldo celebration, and I thought that was badass. Super dope. Damn, what a fucking hit. Again, Simone should be saving that. They're all kind of fighting for everything. I mean, technically, so as it stands right now with that goal, Japan is equalized and they are probably tied with Germany. So the live table hasn't updated yet, but yeah, as it stands, Japan's actually going through because this will make them both level on points with the same goal differential. But Japan beat Germany, and I'm almost certain that that is the first tiebreaker. Yep, now the broadcast is showing that. Damn, really? That's what's up. Yes, he did. He went back to the Midwest. He went to college in Notre Dame, and now he's back with Chicago. I like Jace Claypool, but I also liked us trading him because hold on, Japan's attacking again. They're looking for more. Oh, oh, is he on? That might be good? I think Japan just scored again. Oh, what a buildup from Japan. No, what are they? I mean, we'll have to see that. I thought there was some fishiness into that. Did the ball go out of play, maybe? Japan attacks down their right side well. Someone plays a super dangerous cross on the deck to the back post. And I actually thought a Japanese player nearest the center of the 6-yard box probably could have scored. He doesn't reach it. It ends up with two of the Japanese players on the back post, and they bundle it in. But live, I didn't think it was going to stand. Something looked off about it. Is the whole ball out? Yes, the whole ball is out. What a fucking play! Do you have the games up? He started and he was playing, but I don't know if they eventually had to sub him off. It looks like he's still on. Right near the end of the first half. Damn, dude. Oh my God. What a sequence. If that ball is fully out, it's only by a fucking tiny piece of fabric. Oh, hell yeah. One of my best friends in real life is also supposed to be here. He's working and wanted me to do these streams, but then he got called in to work at like a site. Um, Dude, that is so close. So what's funny is how we have goal line technology in football now, but I don't know if it applies to a ball that crosses the end line. It is a go. Wait, oh, they're checking. Hold on. Damn, this is spicy, dude. Because Japan winning it also shakes the group up even further. One of the best parts about the World Cup is them showing the fans in the crowd. for various reasons. Hold on, we got to get this out of here. I need the live group standing to update. What's going on? They're still checking, by the way, for this VAR. Um, so again, Japan attacks down their right hand side, nearest the corner of their 18 on the right. They play a ball along the deck that arrives at two people who are past the far post, and the ball is basically. Did they give it? They gave it. The ball didn't fully cross the line. Japan, dude. Um, and again, the ball, when you see the replay, you'll see, but like the ball goes, it's basically going, it's played at an angle to where it's going to go out of the end line. But the Japanese player, right as it's crossing the line, tries to dig it out and he plays it back across the six, and then it's just tapped into the open goal. Yes, sir, 2-1. That the goal counted. Um, and again, it was one of those where like if you only look at the bottom of the ball, it is fully out. But as you know, the ball kind of like hangs over some. So I think it hung over the line a bit. There is absolutely going to be questions asked about Unai Simon, the Spanish goalkeeper, for both. Well, going into the World Cup, one of the questions would have been David De Gea, who starts for them? David De Gea, Unai Simon, so on and so forth. And I Simone has been fine so far. Granted, the first game Spain dominated so thoroughly he wasn't even questioned, but he is definitely culpable for at least to some degree to both of Japan's goals. On Japan's first goal, Simone has the ball at his feet in his own 6-yard box. Now, most countries, most teams, they just probably boot it long in this situation because he is getting pressed. We all know Spain and a lot of modern teams, Manchester City, Liverpool, they love to play out of the back. So as it currently stands, Japan is actually lead. Why is this not updated yet? Japan's leading the group as currently stands, and Spain's the other team going through on goal differential over Germany. Now Germany wouldn't be able to overturn Spain's goal differential likely. Spain is, as of right now, they are +6. They obviously they won. How did it go? Oh shit, that's a big collision. They're having to stop play. One of the Japan players and the Spanish players just bumped heads, so it's a head collision. Yeah. Yep. And this group, if I remember correctly, will play the winners. Like they'll play the people from, hold on, what group? This is Group E. I think they'll play the people from Group F. So in this case, you'd have Croatia and Japan and Spain and Morocco, I believe. Right? Yeah, that's got to be it. Um, I'm sorry that my live table thing isn't updating better. I've tried refreshing the browser multiple times. Um, but yeah, first goal, we all know Spain likes to build out from the back. So many purists, old school traditionalists will say it's the World Cup, just boot it. Why are you trying to play it out of the back? Now, Simone, the Spanish goalkeeper, tries just a little dinked ball out to the left back for Spain. And so you could either blame it on Simone for putting that player under pressure with an awkward ball when your team is getting pressed like that. It's one of those things I talk about all the time, especially when I used to coach, like local around where I live and stuff. Is just because you complete your pass, if I pass the ball to you and it arrives at your feet, doesn't necessarily mean that I'm not at fault if you lose the ball because I could put you under like incredible danger. In American football and NFL, we call those. We often will hear them called hospital balls. For an example, if a quarterback leaves the ball too high and the receiver has to go up and get it, you're exposing your receiver's rib cages. So if they catch it and then they get blown up and drop it, some people would be like, it's the receiver's fault. If a receiver touches the ball, they should catch it. And that's an age-old expression, and usually it's true, but not always. So, anyways, I think Simone puts their left back under pressure. It's an awkward ball to deal with. The ball's in the air. He's gonna have to control it, but he doesn't do a great job of settling it. someone who starts for Spain should be able to control that ball. But anyways, he doesn't. It's awkward. It's bobbled. Japan immediately robs it off of him, and then they shoot. And again, Simone gets two hands on the rocket from Japan. Should be parrying it wide of his post, but I think his positioning was poor. Um, Oftentimes on those rockets where you got to parry as a goalkeeper, it's not. Yes, your wrist strength is important, but also your starting position is important. And I think he sunk too deep on his own goal line to truly get a good parry. He essentially pushes it onto his own side netting. And then the second one, the Japan goal just now, you might look at it and be like, I don't see how Simone is at fault at all. The ball goes across his box and then is bundled into an open net. But a better positioned goalkeeper, I think, can potentially stop the cross before it even arrives at the back post. Is it fully? I've only been able to see the replays of what they've shown. And when they were doing the VAR check, it was actually kind of annoying how little they showed of, with goal line checks, they'll often, did they score? Oh shit, I missed that in the other game. Here we go. Good call. Good call. It's a great ball in the feet. Let's see what happens. Oh man. Oh, speaking of poor goalkeeping, holy, my man Manuel. It's a good build up from Costa Rica. I love the ball into the feet of the guy into the area. And then it's really not good tracking from Germany at all. The fact that you could argue his cross should have been stopped. He should have never been able to pick out any kind of cross. But the fact that no one followed the runner who played him in, and then that initial header was even allowed to happen is inexcusable from a Germany standpoint. No, I think so Spain had what, 5 going into this, I believe. Dude, we need this group standing to update. So no, Spain had 4. I'm sorry, they won and then they drew. Yeah, dude, this is crazy. This is why we love this sport and this fucking World Cup. No, they're still through on goal differential. So Costa Rica and Spain are both on 4 as it stands, but Costa Rica, having lost to Spain 7-0, are -6, and Spain is currently +6. Yes, as of right now, yes, exactly right. If Costa Rica goes on and scores another, they're through. Like both Germany and that 7-0 win is huge right now for Spain for a few permutations. Yeah, dude, it's getting spicy. Oh, here we go. I think that's live now. Yeah, that's what we got. That's where we're at. I don't know what all this World Cup bracket and soccer tickets means, but I don't know why they're on here. Great save by oh. Okay, as I say that, Germany has another chance. Yo, what up? Germany has a chance from their left-hand side. They they shoot the ball to the far post. Keylor Navas, the Costa Rican keeper, parries it onto his post. No, you didn't. I didn't. It hadn't happened. Or no, it did happen. I have one game on one screen and one on the other, and I was so into the Spain-Japan game. So when I looked over it, it was actually the replay. So no, you didn't spoil it. That was great. I might have gone on another minute or two without realizing it. So super good. Oh, huge block. Okay, it's spicing up in the Germany game. Man, I would do anything if I can actually just show the games, man. I would love to be able to show them and then have like a telestrator on fucking like they do, NFL coverage or whatever, where I could I'd love to be able to scrub, like if if you fast forward or rewind a video in really slow mo, it's called scrubbing. I'd love if I could scrub and go back and oh my god, Germany almost scored again. I can't even finish thoughts on one chance before another one arises, so I'm going to try my best. Germany, shot from the left. Keylor Navas does really well to parry it onto his post. The ricochet goes straight back to the German player who initially shot it. But at this point, it's an awkward height, and he has to do a jumping, like Zlatan Ibrahimovic-esque half volley attempt, and it sails over. Blast it. You could argue he should absolutely still get it on frame, and if he gets it on frame, Keylor Navas still hasn't recovered from his initial save, and it's an open goal. Seconds later, Germany has another chance. I can't even remember that one. And then that one, a good cross finds, I believe, Rudiger, who's still in the area from the previous sequence. And then he hits it kind of tamely right at Keylor Navas. Granted, Rudiger is a center half. You shouldn't expect him to have like a striker's-esque finish. Okay, no worries. Yeah. Handle your shit. Hey, thank you for stopping by. I can't tell you enough how much those words meant a minute ago. I was seriously thinking about just ending my stream before that because the only person who had commented in my chat up to that was just a spammer. Like someone's like, "Hey, need help building your stream? Want free followers? Go here." I was like, "No thanks." I told the guy, "Thanks for stopping by, but no thanks." Okay, whew. Costa Rica, Germany, still 1-1. Why has that not updated? I'm sorry. Let me fix that. Let me fix that. Oh. Boom. Boom. Let's check out the subs so far. The fuck rug has been subbed on for Gundogan and Klosterman for Goretzka for Germany. Salas for Aguilera. Serge Gnabry, the only goal so far. For Germany, that is. Dude, I still want to see a replay of the fucking. Appreciate it. AB. You right before you got here, the guy I was just talking to, the new homie, uh, and I gotta ask him how he wants me to pronounce it. Does he want me to just say Sing, Darwin? Anyways, we were using American football references, and I think you would have appreciated it. But the greatest offensive lineman the Southeast has ever known, exit device. And of course, if you're confused on what an exit device is, he's of course referring to your sphincter. The greatest exit device of them all. Yeah, what's a shortened way I can pronounce your name? Is Sing good? Darwin? I just feel like that's too close to Darwin. Like Charles Darwin. Yeah, sorry about that. I've tried turning ads off like entirely. There's a like option you can go into your ads manager when you're doing your and so should I do doll or Dow? Like is it Dallas or doll like more like a Indian pronoun dole, okay. Um what was I gonna say? Yeah, I've tried Barton, I've tried turning off ads entirely, but as you can imagine, like even there's a thing you can completely like uncheck it, right? And I thought it would just no ads, but I tested it and of course it's Twitch, it's Amazon. They're gonna get their monies. So even if I turn it off, they still will play randomly. So I basically was like, I would rather control it my own and just deal with what because typically you have what are called pre-rolls, and those are the ones I want to avoid mostly. Like I hate the concept of somebody clicking on my stream for the very first time and then immediately be greeted with an ad. So Germany's trying to build up. They need a goal bad. So I've ultimately wanted to make sure pre-rolls don't exist. So if that means every 20 minutes there's 1 minute of ads, but it prevents pre-rolls, then that's what I'm gonna do. Oh yeah, for sure, and I appreciate that. Thank you so super much. That wasn't great verbiage, but fuck it. Dude, what a second half, dude. Japan scoring 2 unanswered. Fucking Spain's over here with 700 passes, but it fucking doesn't matter. This is so good. I still want to see the replay of the Japan second goal. I have yet to see what I was gonna say, Dole, is often when it's goal line like a goal line clearance, you'll see that overhead shot of like a 3D model of the ball and whether it's gone over or not. I've yet to see that. And it makes me wonder when it first happened, I genuinely asked, I was like, I wonder if they even have that same implementation of technology available when it's not over the goal line and when it's over the end line, because hell, to this day, I know that there are chips inside the ball that helps with goal line technology, But I also think there's stuff with the cameras that are set up in and around the goalpost and make. Dude, Germany just struck the post again. Almost an identical effort to the one earlier where Keylor Navas parries it onto the post. Except this one just went straight onto the post. Dude, Musiala is a baller. There's so much young talent in the world right now. That is there a penalty? I haven't gotten one on my streams yet. Right now, Germany has the ball outside of Costa Rica's area, and Spain and Japan are making subs. So that's. Oh wait, I think I just saw the action. As Germany is, it looks like as Serge Gnabry is taking it to the end line, right when he reaches in the area, the Costa Rican defender goes to ground. Nah, that's not a penalty. No, I think they were saying maybe it's a claim, but first off, live, I don't. I wanted first off, live, I didn't think it was one. Two, Serge Gnabry himself did not protest one bit. Didn't even gesture, it looked like, to the ref to ask for it. Nor did any of the other German players. A second or two later, they cut to who's the Hansi Flick, the manager of Germany, and he was kind of complaining about it, but I don't think it really was one. I mean, it's very soft. It was dumb of the Costa Rican to even go to ground to attempt that. He needs to stay on his feet and show him to the end line. If nothing else, force him to just cut back and then recycle. What's happening? You're making me nervous. So right now in my two games, what I'm seeing is Spain. Well, Costa Rica has a free kick. Ooh, it's flighted deep into the German box. They win the first header. They win the second header. It's a bundle. It's in the goal. That's what it was. Dude, terrible defending from Germany. Terrible defending on both of Costa Rican goals. On the first, it's a good ball in the feet. Guy can carry it in the area, but no one tracks the runners. So they're able to win the first header. Terrible keeping, especially for someone of Neuer's caliber. He basically just like half-hassedly puts his body in the way, lets the initial header. Oh, Japan's now playing it. Oh, damn, Japan almost just had another golden opportunity. Lovely weighted ball behind the Spanish defense. And the guy tries to take it first time from the outside of the area like he was Luis Suarez in the 2016 Champions League final, and he slips. Is that onside? I think it's all clean. Should stand for Costa Rica, it looks like. Germany gets beat in the air on two back-to-back headers. The first one, you can argue Costa Rica, dude, Neuer's just flapping at wind, dude. Fucking penguin arms, dude. He's a seal out there. Look at him. Again, on the first one, he just kind of like lazily tries to do this, and it hits off his knee, I think, ricochets straight to another Costa Rican who bundles it in. There, you're always going to expect that to be Costa Rican play. They or any team's play in that scenario. They have a free kick right inside of the German half, so really far away from goal. They're going to load it in, and what they do is what you see oftentimes. You put your big, your center half, your ball winning or your aerial duelist at the far, almost trying to isolate him. And all his job is to win that header and then put it back into the blender, as they say. And then the chaos ensues. That header, from a German perspective, you can't be you should have tactically set up better and had one of your aerial duelists match him. They didn't. They had one of just an attacker, a midfielder. I can't really remember. For Germany, try to win that header. He's going to lose it. That's not the problem. German fans should be upset about the second header they lost. You have essentially one of your center halves against one of theirs. Man, dude, fucking brute v brute, and they just lost the duel. And then, despite two headers lost in your own area, Manuel Neuer could still salvage the situation for Germany, and he just goes fucking flapping at it, and it gets bundled in. Oops, Spain's attacking now. What you mean, man defense? On what particular play? Oh, that was a great touch from Danny Olmo. Just nutmegged that Japan defender. Great covering defense, though. Danny Olmo flicks it through his legs, but covering defender for Japan immediately sweeps it away. Dude, you know what's funny is I said at the start of the second half, I was like, all right, Japan. I was like, Spain and Germany are up 1-0. Ooh, there's some feistiness happening in the Costa Rican goal right now. Germany just scored. I can't keep up with both. This is why they hire play-by-play and commentators to do one or the other. Like, well, they go to one game only. It's also why one of the most I okay kept one of my favorite. Hold on, let's see this German goal. Oh, that's a lovely header. It's a great finish. Awkward goal. A lot of bouncing, bobble town, boobity boop boop bop, bibbity bobbity boo. But once it's played into, I couldn't tell who that was. And then Kai Havertz with the finish, right? Oh, you want to call that? That's great pressing. Is the terminology you would want to use there. Um, I thought you meant so often when you hear about playing man defense or like let's use basketball terminology or American football man or zone, you'll often see that on set pieces. And a lot of teams implement what's called zonal marking. So you don't necessarily pick up a man, you pick up an area and like that's yours. If the ball goes in there, you're supposed to dominate it. That is probably the most predominant way in the modern day game to defend set pieces. Um, However, it has its own set of critics, and the biggest criticism of that is you allow the other team's players a run up typically because you'll often be even if you're not flat footed, even if you keep yourself active, you don't get to like run onto the header often. Um, but yeah, anyways, uh, I think was that Havertz who finished that? Great finish. I love the ball into Havertz. Like after it was Bobbletown United, I couldn't tell which German, but they do a nice flick into Havertz's path. He gets it settled well and then finishes it. Really cheeky finish because that ball is bouncing on him and he has to hit a bouncing ball into the ground to make it loop over Kaylor Navas. All right, this is probably not updated actually, is it? No, this is updated, I think. Dude, as it currently hold on. Oh, Germany with a chance. Oh my God, was that saved by Kaylor Navas? Oh my God. What a world class save. That's Kaylor Navas at his absolute best. That is the former Champions League winning Real Madrid starting keeper doing what he did for a few years. Lovely build up from Germany down their left hand side. Ball in behind. Perfect, perfect ball. Well, I don't actually want to call it a perfect. It's a fantastic ball across the Costa Rican 18 and it arrives at a German player who absolutely should finish it. It's a brilliant fucking save. As Kaylor Navas would have had to been on his near post, had to slide, react, and then get an unbelievable fucking fingertip to that. I don't want to call it a perfect ball because, in my opinion, the German player who played the ball into Fuckrug, he could have played that on the deck. And this is another earlier in my stream I talk about just because a player's pass reaches the intended target doesn't necessarily mean it's a good pass or it's a perfect pass or he's absolved of any blame of what happens after that pass is made because it's a great cross. It picks out a teammate who should finish it. But in my opinion, he could have played that on the deck, and then it's an even easier finish for his forward. That Fuckrug has to play that basically a bouncing ball volleyed. Now the ball is higher up, and eventually Kaylor saves it above his head. That ball is on the deck. You can stay on top of it, keep your knees over the ball, and just sweep it home. Hell, you can pass it into the net at that point if the pass is thoughtful enough. It's one thing that I love. Once I started to fully fall into this sport and become obsessed with it, that like I guess basketball. Well, there's a hold on. Germany's attacking again. Now Serge Gnabry on the left blows past the Costa Rican. Brilliant recovery tackle in the end, but man, did Serge Gnabry just fucking ghost by him initially. Oh, this is crazy, crazy. This is fucking nuts, man. This is football at its finest, sports at its finest. All right, Germany has a corner. They're 2-2. I mean, still, everything is to play for. That's what's super cool about these sequences. Like, and I love it when it happens uh, in the like Champions League group stages as well, but everything is to play for. Every kick of the ball, regardless of which game it's in, could change things drastically for either team. It's always really fire too in the World Cup because they could be in like a game in London and a game in I don't fucking know, freaking Belgrade, and like everyone's just like waiting on like it's just dude, you're fascinated by the result, and it's also why they do everything they can on the final match day of group matches, whether that's match day 6 in the Champions League or match day 3 in the World Cup. Uh, they do everything they can to not only start the matches synchronized simultaneously, but to try to maintain that. The obvious reasons are like match fixing and betting to like alleviate concerns of that. You don't want one team's results being over with and then the other team can have full ability to like factor that in, but you also get phenomenal moments like this. My thing still needs to update. So as of right now, Costa Rica is not on 6 points. They're on 4 points. Sorry, let me update that. It should read Japan 6, Spain 4, Costa Rica 4. Spain would be through on goal differential as it currently stands, and then Germany finishing bottom of their group with 1 point. Again, that Spanish 7-0 win is huge right now, and the goal differential. Get out of here, commercial. It's not going away. Oh well, sorry. We see what we need to see. 6-4-4-1. 6-4-4-1. Or Germany, I'm sorry, Germany's on 2, but that's neither here nor there right now. All right, Spain's got the ball in the area. Oh my god, there's so much going on. I need 6 eyeballs. No, I was gonna say one of the most iconic play-by-play moments. So Kevin Harlan has many of them. Like his iconic call on the LeBron James dunk with no regard for human life. Oh, this is the first time I'm getting to see a replay of the Japan second goal. I don't know. I think that's in. Um, but one of his most iconic moments is he essentially simultaneously called 2 games at once. He was like in Kansas City and he was doing the play-by-play for that game and he was doing it. But because of the like playoff, it was the last week of the NFL regular season and it was like for the wild card thing. And they like cut in to the Miami Dolphins game. And I'll never forget that he essentially was doing the play-by-play for that. And even his co-commentator was like, damn, I see you. Boom. All right. We got a Costa Rica is behind the German defense. They're attacking their area. They try to play a ball across. Okay, Rudiger deals with it nicely. That should be a foul by the Costa Rican. Oh, how are the substitutes for Costa Rica even arguing that? Dude, everything can change still. So if Germany, no, I mean, see, even if Germany gets a third goal, right? They'll go level with Spain instead of Costa Rica. But again, that goal differential for Spain is just massive for them. Both Germany and Costa Rica need Spain to draw level with Japan. If not outright beat them, but at least draw level with Japan. So right now we're in a situation where regardless of what happens in the Germany Costa Rica game, other than one team randomly scoring 6 goals in the next 10 minutes, um, it really comes down to Japan. Japan controls their own destiny and essentially controls the destiny of the other teams right now in the group. And we love to see it. We love to see spicy moments in sports and lots of cool things. All right, Spain's with the ball, but they're not doing much. Japan's brilliant pressing that they've done throughout just forced Asensio back to his own defense. Now Spain's attacking again down their left-hand side. They try a kind of aimless pass. It's cut out. Now Japan has a chance to hold onto the rock a little bit. Great hold-up play by their forward. And then he's fouled off the ball. The ref's not calling it. Or maybe he called advantage. I'm not sure. It's back. The ball is back with Unai Simone. Hopefully, over time, I can get better and better at being less wordy and uh, what's the word? What's the other word? Windy, long-winded. This is tough though. I mean, let's ignore the fact that I'm also having to keep up with like this would be tough even if we're all in the same room together. Germany just scored a third, I believe. But such is the nature of the dynamics currently that Germany just scored, and it didn't even feel like a goal. Like it didn't, you know what I mean? That it didn't. The German players, I think, knew and that they know the math and everything on the pitch, and it's like so now Germany's up. It would be Japan 6, Spain 4, Germany 4, Costa Rica. Um, yeah. Anyways, this would be no, I haven't. Um, this would be tough even if in the same room. But then you combine the fact that I've also got to like click on these different windows to update like the live scoreboards and the stats and um, make sure my OBS or my Streamlabs isn't randomly cucking me, sucking me dry. Wait, there's not saying that correctly, are they? Man, commentators be dumb as hell. The commentators for the Spain game were literally just saying they go, who'd have thought that the 2010 champions would be out of the group stage again? I'm sorry. What? They're currently still chilling. They have 6 goal differential over Germany. Again, the only thing that knocks Spain out is if uh, Germany goes on to score. I don't even know. I guess they would only need 6 would tie them up on goal differential. But I think the first tiebreak there, and they drew each other. So the first tiebreaker would be head to head. The second, I'm pretty sure, is goals scored. And if Germany scored those 6, hypothetically, to level it up on goal differential, I think Germany would have that so long as Spain stays at 1 here. My group table still isn't updated. It's not unusual to be lured by anyone. Boop, 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 boop. Ooh, great covering by Rodri there, it looked like. I thought that Japan player had a step on him. Whoa, 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 why are you so loud? Here we go. Okay. Are we right on the time basically? 87th, 86. That's about right. So 6443. What entertainment these 4 countries have provided us. And I'm sure years worth of stress built up for the supporters of these nations. Did the stream hear that really weird noise just then? I hope not. Fucking super awkward. I meant to play music when I was at halftime, but I was, for some reason, my sub alert. Oh, speaking of that, Barton, did you happen to? Sorry, did you happen to notice if the like alert box popped up when you subbed? Because I was gonna pull up music at halftime, but I had to do fucking tech support. Um, oh, good hit by Asensio. Parried. A Spanish player tried to get there for the follow up, but just missed out on it. Um, again, but other than no. Spain's. Oh, Danny Almo, almost. Am I right, Danny? Almost, but not quite. Good stop. He should save that. It wasn't that well struck in. Definitely not that well placed by Danny Olmo, but the fact that he this time gave no rebound, no spill, that's the kind of claim that it looks routine. But I can promise you that the assertive nature in which you claim those, it ripples confidence through your defenders, through your back line, the whole nine. No, not on the chat, on the like I'll show you a test example. One of these guys. Way top left. Because that's what I was working on at halftime. Are you? Dude, I didn't even realize today was Thursday until halfway through the stream. Wait, did Germany score a fourth? Hell, are they going to get the other 5 they need to overturn the goal difference? Well, they don't even really need 5. They could get 3 and then Japan get 2 more or something, and things can get real fucking dicey, spicy, and everything nicey. They really need a Spain equalizer. If Olmo could have buried that, that would have been huge. But you got him on your fantasy team? Oh no, that's right. Pitt's your other college team. I bring that up because you remember John Paul, right? He's told me like a couple weeks ago, and I've really slacked on this. I'm very sad at myself, but essentially, what you could do if you're with him is like I could buy any ticket if I could just get a nosebleed, super cheap ticket way up there. Because I'm with him, you can convert them to 8 ADA tickets, and I don't know the exact acronym. Apologize. I don't. This is not to be insensitive, but I'd imagine it means like something like accessibility and disabled access or something. Something to do with him being in a wheelchair and whatnot. But he's been telling me for weeks, like, get any old ticket and we can go to the ticket office and you just typed ADA. I knew what the I said the letters. I just don't know what they stand for. You goober. Um. Ah. Ah. So I'm guessing in the provision of the act, it mentions that like stadiums need to provide that as like something. I figured it. I figured it stood for something like the area of it, like the accessibility and disability area or something. But gotcha, that makes sense. Um, but yeah, he's been telling me for weeks. He's like, dude, just scoop it. I am going to see them in Charlotte. Me and my dad. I'm meeting him in Columbia. Um, and then we're gonna drive. Like we're gonna park at one of his best friend's house, and then we're gonna ride together to Charlotte, and then come back and yada yada. Is there? Dude, I gotta get that fixed. Oh, let me. You never answered me. Last time you mentioned that delay concept. Did you go and check in your stream? Like on the bottom right where the gear is for settings, go into that and then go into advanced. And do you have low latency enabled. That's one thing. The other thing is, even if a person has that labeled, whatever, fucking toggled, if you're on a phone, which I don't think you are, I know that like anytime I watch a stream on my phone, it's further behind than anything else. Like on my own stream, I could have my stream up on my desktop on a tab. I could have my stream up on, say, my Xbox on another TV, and then it also up on my phone, and my phone's gonna be behind the other two, and the other two are gonna be slightly off, but essentially right on cue on par, and then the phone is always behind. I don't know what it is. Whether I'm on my Wi-Fi or whether I'm on my like cell phone data. Okay, so Germany's up 4-2. Still doesn't change anything right now. They would need a Spain equalizer. I think the only thing that's different about the bracket right now, I'm not gonna refresh it this second, is Germany's plus should be +1, maybe +2, but still well off as of right now. Again, they need to hopefully to score. They do have 5-ish minutes more of stoppage time. The reason I'm asking about the low latency is like, all right, right now I'm gonna look at my Xbox. I have my stream up on the other TV, mainly for like make sure it's something's working. I didn't have that pulled up earlier when I was playing Ragnarok, or else I would have noticed my capture card wasn't fucking working. But anywho, like, let's see. All right, I'm gonna do this one more time. 1 Mississippi, 2 Mississippi, 3 Mississippi, 4 Mississippi. See that 4 tops? No, not in the chat settings. Where you see me, go to the video, not the chat. Ignore the chat. In the bottom right of the actual video player, there will be the same gear, and it will have its separate set of settings. I think that's what it is. I think you need to go to the gear in the video player, advanced, and then low latency would be one of the first ones, if not the first, I think. Oh, and you know how to toggle them too well, huh? She never has to worry about low latency. It was already on, or you just toggled it on? Dude, Japan through as group winners in a group with Spain and Germany. And Costa Rica's no slouch. I mean, again, their goalkeeper alone a few years ago would have been amongst the 3 or 4 best, at least on current form. It was already on? And our last question on the matter for now is you're on your desktop, right? It's a tab. You're on watching me on like a tab on a web browser. That's game. Japan wins that, which essentially means, regardless, other than Germany scoring 5 goals here in 4 minutes, we have our 2 from Group E. Gotcha. But I'll do better about. I'll have to actively do better about remembering that dynamic too. That I see chat almost instantly, and so things like that, there probably is. What a fucking afternoon of football, though. Good lord. You love it, man. Spain scores, Germany scores. You think, what's the word? What am I looking for? Orders restored, so to speak. Go to halftime, but even then, in the first half, team it looked dangerous. It looked open. Granted, Spain had like fucking 500 passes to Japan's like 70 at halftime, but Spain looked like they could they were finding when they did make a pass, they looked to find space. They were finding space, finding feet. They had great movement off the ball. I can't believe they won. I'm not shocked that they've gone through. They've had some ballers for 2 decades now. I used to love me oh my god, please don't tell me I'm gonna blank on his name now. Kaisuke Honda. Super sick free kick taker. So they've had ballers for a while. But to win the group with Spain and Germany, I mean, just bravo. Absolutely bravo. And I think it's set up to be we're gonna have two really good. Well, you'll have Japan and Croatia, and then Japan and Morocco. No, Japan and Croatia. I think that's what I said the first time, and then Spain and Morocco. Now, on paper, Japan, Morocco, Spain, Croatia are better matches, but fuck that. This World Cup is, obviously from the jump, Saudi Arabia beating Argentina very early on let us know this was different. And it makes sense because with the World Cup being in the winter now, national teams, their coaches, their players, they only got a week, 6, 7 days, maybe 8 because of some leagues maybe ending earlier than the Europe's leagues, but they had a week to truly get ready for this. Now, the bigger footballing nations, as we all know, they have at any given year, they might have some 16 to 30 players that are either a part of their squad well and truly or right on the fringe. And so let's say you have an international break, like a Spain manager, Germany manager, England, they might rotate a couple of those fringe players. But there's a pool of players, and they're going to rotate a good bit throughout the year, whether they're playing Nations Leagues matches, friendlies, World Cup qualifiers, European Championship qualifiers. But what that does, it's good because you get a lot of player experience. You get to keep them fresh, right? You get the whole squad involved. But in scenarios like this, it actually benefits the smaller nations because they have a much more set squad. They'll have a 25-man roster, whatever, but it's the 15 to 18 core. They're not cycling between 28-ish players at any given month or international break, right? So that 1 week of prep time, that basically those smaller like a Costa Rica, Japan, Saudi Arabia, they're a lot more familiar with each other, with the tactics. The manager has a way better understanding of how he wants to set about it. Because he doesn't have as many options throughout the year, right? There's not as much juggling of the roster, and you can have things a lot more bedded in. Whereas the big teams, they are juggling. They don't, and even in cases where, say, England's looked one of the better of the favorites, but I also think that is because Gareth Southgate has been there for years now. They are on the back of a what is it? No, a semifinal appearance in the 2018 World Cup, and then a runners up in last year's European Championship. So they have like that betting in. They know their team. Sure, Grealish and Foden might come in for a Sterling. Any given match, but they have a spine. Maguire and John Stones and Jordan Pickford Pickford's, but Maguire and John Stones and Kyle Walker are going to be featured. Declan Rice is there. Harry Kane is there. That and there's also the element, a lot of other nations like Germany, their players are scattered across a lot more leagues than England's players would be. Almost all of the England squad plays in the Premier League. The only ones off the top of my head that I can think of that don't are Jude Bellingham at Dortmund. And that might be it. Kieran Trippier previously was playing for Atletico Madrid, but he's back in England at Newcastle. So, anyways, I think that's playing a large part. Is that week of prep time certainly helps the smaller teams who have that understanding with each other, the coach. They know what they're doing. They know who their lineups are. They know their 11. And the big teams like in England that are showing really well are because they have that familiarity. Even if it's Jordan Henderson and Trent Alexander-Arnold for Liverpool, who don't start for England most of the time, when they come on, they know each other. They know the tendencies of their fellow Premier League players. So I definitely think that's a factor. What a fucking day of footy, baby. Japan group winners. Let's go. I see you, Asano. I see you. And you know, I'm gonna say it. I can't think of a better nation or like culture, because I'm sure a lot of people would have seen the viral photos and images of the locker room after Japan beat Germany in the opening round of fixtures in the group stage, right? And this isn't a one off. We have seen year in and year out for as long as I've been religiously following sports that Japan's players, when they go to these major tournaments, whether it's the World Baseball Classic or whether it's the Little League World Series or it's the World Cup, um, that their players have this just other level of respect and courteousness that when they're done, they clean up the locker room after themselves. That shit looks cleaner after Japan has left the building than it did prior to them arriving. We've seen it time and time again. Absolutely. You know this. I go on stretches though of anything. Like I'll kind of not watch live action stuff for a while unless it's like Marvel or whatever. And then I'll go through stretches where I'm only or mainly watching anime, and then but you know, within the last few months I've watched the Cyberpunk anime on Netflix. I have finished A Future Diary. There's one other I'm blanking on. But I just love that this is happening for Japan, because here's another example. I'm not even going to bullshit. I'm not going to bullshit. This is not fake. Jack Grealish, so England obviously through as group winners the other day. Well, Jack Grealish, player for Manchester City and England, posted this photo to his Instagram. So here's the first one. It's hopefully y'all can see it. It's him and Declan Rice. Okay. And that's theirs. Now, it's not trashed by any means, but you can still see stuff on the floor. And everyone essentially has left, right? And not to be that guy, but I literally commented yesterday, or maybe even 2 days ago, maybe this morning, whenever, I put, I don't know if you're going to see that. Compare, I'll read it to you. It says, compare how y'all left your locker room versus how the Japanese players do, and we should all, and I'm not even trying to be a troll, because I like the English team. They're one of my favorite, other than America and then Spain. I go, we should all strive to be better and more respectful like they are. I said that. And then here's the thing. Japan left their locker room spotless after their first match. And I'm sure this one too. And they had beat Germany. Not only is that one of the best footballing results their nation would have ever had, but it's one of the better results we've ever seen in a World Cup group stage, at least in terms of like a solid country upsetting a favorite. And I only bring that up because if ever there was a time for them to slack off on their respect, and you're absolutely like, it's all about, it's how their culture and they're embedded and whatnot. But it's one of those where if ever there was a time where you could have excused them slacking off a little bit and not having it spotless, it would be that. They just fucking beat Germany, not drew them, beat them, beat them. And so you'd be like, they go ham. Y'all have earned it. Just make sure you're ready for match day 2. But they didn't. They didn't. They fucking spotless. And I can't wait to see the image of their locker room after this. Winning their group, a group that contains Spain and Germany, 2 of the last 3 World Cup winners. And 2 perennial favorites, but favorites going into this year. And there's probably going to be spotless. So I'm just so happy for them. I feel like you love to see things like that rewarded like this. And on that note, I'm going to wrap up my stream because I need water, clearly. I want to go help with the Christmas tree for a minute, and then I got to reset my stuff because I want to stream some God of War Ragnarok here. I've almost 100%ed it. I only have 2 bosses left, and they're the 2 last bosses in the game, essentially. They're the Queen and the King. Queen of the Valkyries, King of the Berserkers. All right. If you're still here, Dole, again, I can't thank you enough for that message. I genuinely was about to end stream from frustration. Um, and that it was massive. Barton, or sorry, AD, ED, erectile dysfunction. Love you, brother. Thanks for stopping by. Sorry you had to miss the first bit with the job site stuff, but I'll probably be here for the 2 o'clock games tomorrow too. I don't know if I'm gonna do it at the 10 o'clock ones, but we shall see.